la 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 yesterday we had a session that was a wonderful session. Just a few things I would like to highlight. First one is whenever speaker is speaking, please all participants are requested to keep their headphones or their phone on mute mode so that others cannot be disturbed to speaker. Okay. Second thing, please don't share your screen or present. Knowingly or unknowingly, many of you are pressing present screen. So speaker screen is speaker screen is not visible to others, and suddenly one participant starts sharing their screen. So please make sure that you are not knowingly or unknowingly pressing the present screen button. Please keep your mic on mute mode. Sir has joined this meeting. So can we start now? Arvind sir, can we start?
Yeah, good morning to all. Yeah, definitely we can start.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope today there should not be any problem with the electricity I found. I hope all are okay with Thank you. Join this meeting. Okay, so I welcome all participants and our today's speakers, Kishore sir. So I hand over this to sir and sir.
Good morning to all. Yeah,
Welcome you all again. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. I hope today there should not be any problem with the electricity I found. I hope all are okay with Thank you. Join this meeting. Okay, so I welcome all participants.
Many of you are having some problem while creating your account. So definitely, I'll explain. How you can go and create an account and what things you should be keeping in mind. Okay, so I think I have already shared this one particular document using certain screenshots that will help you all to create your account. And that particular document I will again open. We will spend say around again 15 minutes. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes of time if you are using your information correctly. Okay. So I'll start by sharing my screen. Somebody can confirm me if my screen is visible or not. If you are having an account with Amazon.com, Amazon.in, that account details also you can use, but you have to go and verify your identity using your credit or debit card. So just okay. Fine. I will start the window and yeah. So what you need to have right now to create an account? Number one, the email ID that you are going to use. That you just ensure that whatever the email ID that you are putting there, that is correct. That is number one thing. The other thing is you must be having a debit or credit card. Preferably, if you are having a credit card, preferably you should be trying to use a credit card because my screen is not visible.
No, sir.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Is it visible now? I think it is coming up. I don't know what happened. Is it visible now? Just confirm me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Somebody might have tried to by mistake. So yeah, this is whenever you go and write AWS.amazon.com, this is the screen you get. Okay. So to create an account, what you need to do is you just click on the sign into the console. Okay, some of you might be getting create an account, but some might get this sign into the console. And I think it is straight away login again, but I will still, So at the end, if you come to this screen, there is an option of create a new AWS account. So you need to click on this button, okay? And this screen will, become visible to you. Fine. So what you need to do, you just ensure that you can go and use, an email ID that is accessible to you. Because later on, for some, communication, Amazon uses this email ID, right? And send you some, if you are learning something, some new services, you are exploring some new services, they are definitely going to send you some relevant, content. Apart from that, if there is any kind of, issue that you want Amazon to address, you have created some support ticket and all, they use this email ID for verification. But whatever the email ID that you are using here, you don't need to use that same password and login that you have used for, accessing that particular email. So you can use some different password here and a username. Okay. So this you have to do. This is the first screen. So I will just walk you through this screen. I'm using my son's email ID. I'm not going to create this account, but I am just giving you a workflow. Okay, so I have to. So hope you are able to, you can do parallelly. Otherwise, because once you are done with this, you will go and get into the demo part, the hands-on part. So in case you are not having an account, then it may create some, you won't be able to understand things properly, or you may not be able to follow things down the line. Some username, whatever you want to, and just click on create button. Okay. So in the screen, you will see that this is what you have to do. You just if it is for the first time in your browser, you are logging in, you will get a create an AWS account button. Otherwise, they will show you sign into the console option in that particular orange button. And after that, as I said, you enter your details. Okay. And after that, the other screen will be payment information. So here you have to put your credit or debit card detail. Remember, they are going to cut deduct ₹2 from your account, and the same will be refunded after a couple of days. And it is not important that the credit or debit card should be in your name.
Hello, sir.
Sir,
Screen is not visible, sir. Screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Is not. Okay. I don't know why it is happening. Okay.
Actually, some of faculty suddenly start sharing their screen. That's why your screen gets invisible, and again you need to share your screen again and again. So that's a problem.
I don't know if you have some admin authority to.
Please.
Because this is a new tool. Obviously, we will see some changes, down the line. But yeah, as of now, we have to cope with this issues. So I was saying that in the next page you have to put your card details, right? Amazon doesn't deduct any amount. Suppose accidentally if there is some bill in your account, Amazon, they are just going to send you reminders. They don't go and auto deduct. Like in case there are certain subscription like Prime Video and all. Prime, if you are shopping on Amazon.in, there is a concept of Prime. delivery. So there, if you go and register automatically in the second month, at the beginning of the second month, then that particular amount is deducted if you have opted for the monthly payment. That doesn't happen here. Unless and until you go and purposefully select a particular option. I will show you where that selection should not be done. And remember, don't use RuPay. RuPay is not acceptable. It really works good with if you have a Visa or MasterCard, that is fine. This American Express and Discover will also work. But RuPay and anything else, if you are having as a credit or debit card, it's not going to work. I mean, and the account registration is basically going to fail. Okay, so I would request you all to fill these details, and then it will take you to the confirmation screen. Okay, confirm your identity. So let me do that here.
हॅलो हां तुम्ही झालं का साईन तुम्ही साईन इन केलं का माझी रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट करा ma'am sit. Hello ma'am.
Whenever somebody else is presenting, at that time, if Arvind sir have already shared the screen, so you will just click onto the left side, and his screen will be visible at your mobile phone. So you have to switch. You will select the things from your side, then it would be at your side. Because if both have started to screen the share, then you can select at your terminal that which you want to see. So you just click onto the left side, and then you will be able to see the Arvind sir screen. I hope I have cleared you.
Okay. Okay, let me share the screen again. Okay, good. So after filling those, info, we will come to the this payment information page. Okay. So in the previous page, I selected the this professional account, not the professional, the personal one, and then I filled out the details. Okay. So after that, it will ask you to confirm your identity. Okay. So it will ask you for the credit card details, and then in the next page, so you can go and fill your credit card details, right? And obviously you have to set your expiration date and all, and cardholder name. Try to use caps while filling this cardholder's name, right? And then obviously you have to put your PAN number as well. This is also compulsory. So with this all information, you can go to the next screen and details of related to your card. See, the entire screen is not, the entire screenshot is not there on this the document that I have shared, but it is just for reference that you should understand that what will come next. And once you have put your details, it will ask you for this confirm your identity. Right? Confirm your identity. So here again, if the country code is selected as India, just come down in the cell phone number space, just put your phone number, because they are going to use. See, we have selected this option. How should we send you the verification code? So if you select this text message, a message is going to come to your mobile. If you want to verify account via voice call, they are going to call you on the number that you have specified. So just ensure that your mobile is within your network. I mean, it is connected to the network, right? If it is not connected, you are not going to receive either the SMS, neither the voice call. And whatever the security captcha is displayed here, you have to go and fill it. And it is going to send you the verification code. I'll wait for 1 minute here so that you can complete this complete these details whatever I have discussed. Okay. So that contact information page is not I think I forgot to attach that. But after selecting that personal details, it is going to ask you for the credit card payment details. It will ask you to confirm your identity by sending you a SMS, and then you have to submit that verification code here, right? I'll wait for 1 minute here so that you can complete your verification. So once your verification is completed successfully, you will get this confirmation, a big green tick, that your identity has been verified successfully. Fine. I hope you all are able to follow the steps. It is pretty straightforward. I haven't done this because I don't want to create one more account, because just before the day before yesterday I have created one more account to take this screenshot. So if you follow the instruction that I am suggesting, you will not face any issue. Use preferably credit card. If not, then you can go and debit. And in debit also, I have observed that ICICI and SDFC cards and SBI card works really well. I don't have much idea about other card, but if your card are Visa or MasterCard enabled, then also there shouldn't be any problem. But credit card are processed really fast, and you will get the access of your screen immediately. Okay. Access of your account. So once this confirmation, once you have received this confirmation that your account has been created, they will ask you to select a support plan. Right? Amazon is going to ask you what would be the support plan. Fine. And in this, obviously, you have to go and select the basic plan. Right? You need to click on this free button. Right? Free button. You need to perform a click here. And then you will come to this particular screen. So in a way, your registration is almost done. You just need to confirm what is your role, what kind of role you are performing day-to-day life, and whatever action, whatever my role, my role option, and I am interested in, whatever you want to select, you can go and select. And then you need to select on this sign into the console button at the beginning of the right hand side. Okay. Once you click this button, it will ask you to. We'll come back to this particular page. And here, since we are creating this account, we are the root account user. And what are IAM user? As a root account user, you can go and create IAM user account. Like in our case, it could be you have say around 30 students. So for 30 students, you don't want them to create their own account. What you can do as a root user account, you can create account for all your students. Okay. If you create your own account, you go and verify with your credit or debit card. details, you become the root user. But for IAM user, it is not required. You can create an IAM user and they don't need to verify their account with credit card and debit card details. Those kind of details they don't need to execute. They just when you create an IAM user, you will share the login credentials with them and they will be able to start accessing their account. And as a root account user, you can monitor who is doing what. Okay. So whatever email ID that you have used, you can use that email ID and log into your account. And then once you are there on the management console, you need to click on all services because we have to verify whether you are really able to access the services or not. Because many a times, if your transaction has not completed successfully, then it takes time to or whether if your transaction is in queue and the confirmation has not come from the bank, then though it will show you this management console screen, but the services will not be visible. So if you click on this all services option on the screen, it will expand, and just to verify, you can select EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud from this compute category. And if you are able to see the dashboard of EC2, that means your account registration has completed successfully. Otherwise, it will take you to a different screen, right? And it will ask you to verify your credentials and do those things again. So once you log into your account, once your transaction has completed successfully, you will definitely get an email on your account saying that your account has been successfully created. If there is some problem, again they will specify that what you need to do, and mostly it is related to your credit card or debit card transaction, that the account may not get created successfully. Okay, that's the only bottleneck in this entire process. Okay, so hopefully, people who were not able to create account yesterday, they shouldn't be facing any problem today. Okay. So can we go ahead and start our demonstration? Or if somebody needs some kind of input, maybe any kind of error, one can just share type within the chat window. But I think this is pretty straightforward. Only thing is that you need to use the details properly. You can obviously use your friends or your spouse card. So Amazon doesn't go and check whether this particular credit or debit card is linked with the email or not. Okay. But I suggest that whenever you use a particular credit card, whatever the mobile number you have associated with that credit card, that mobile number you should use. So these basic things you need to take care, and account will definitely get created. Okay. So shall we proceed with the demonstration for today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we will go and start with. Yeah. So once you have an account, you can just click on My Account or sign into the console and start your login process. So select the user, root user, click on and select your email ID. So today we will start with one compute service, and that service is known as Beanstalk. Okay. So what is Beanstalk? Beanstalk is a PaaS service from Amazon, and it is widely used by any organization or a team who don't have much insight about Amazon Cloud. They are new to cloud, but they want that their application should be there deployed on cloud platform. So this Elastic Beanstalk is a particular service which was created by Amazon for the same purpose. Okay. So I will not spend much time here on the discussion. We will spend more time on looking at the demonstration. So what all platform you can go and select. So your project, your application could be written in any one of these, using this language, and it supports these servers or services to deploy your application. This is a list which keeps on increasing, so it is not very in any way these informations are not static, because based on the user base, the customer requirement and their demand, they keep on adding and increasing this platform, right? So these are supported environments and servers. So what it does, it deploys, manages, and scale your application. So it does the deployment thing. It will deploy your application and take care of scaling, load balancing, everything. It will take care. It will create, AWS monitoring using CloudWatch. It creates matrices using which we can follow what is happening in our application, right? So a lot of things it goes and manages, and with the help of Beanstalk, we can easily start our journey in cloud. Okay. So what about the pricing? There is no cost of Amazon
Arvind, sir.
Beanstalk.
Arvind, sir.
Right?
Sir, your
Yeah.
voice sign-in account is there, but I think you have been logged out from where you were screen sharing, no? You have logged in
Okay.
from two accounts, right?
No, right now I am logged in from only one account.
Okay. And then it
Okay.
was visible from our end in the two ways that you want to your end.
Okay. No, yeah, yesterday I was logged in from two different accounts, but right now I am there from only one account.
Okay. But then again do the screen share because it is not there.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Right?
okay, okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah. It got disconnected.
Yes.
Google Meet needs to do something here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just confirm me if the screen is visible.
Yes, it's going to be. Yes, it's there. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. So whenever we go and start using any services, we should be aware of the cost, the price. So there is no cost associated with Beanstalk. Right? But whatever the services, the resources that gets created from your Beanstalk, you have to pay for them. Right? But when we go and start using this service and continue with the default settings, whatever Amazon creates, those are within your free tier. If you have selected this free tier plan. Okay. So if you are using it for the first time, don't worry or bother that there will be some services that will be get created, and those services are going to be outside of the free tier support plan. Okay. So other services which are similar to Beanstalk, Heroku is there since long. Engineer, these are the two examples I can quote here, which are very similar to what Beanstalk does. Okay. So I'll come to the demonstration part, and in time to time I will also explain you few details about how to access your account and where to see what. Okay. So any cloud information you will get from here. Any related to your account, any billing information, any kind of security credentials that you want to change or modify, you can go and do it from here. You're asking me what is this? This is the region where once you log into an account, by default Amazon attaches you to a particular region. So North Virginia, why are you normally work in North Virginia? Because number one, it is one of the largest region in Amazon, and number two, any new service that Amazon comes up with, it is made available first in North Virginia, and then it is replicated across the world. So if you remember, there are 24 different regions in the world that are hosting Amazon availability zones. But whatever the default comes, if you want to work in Mumbai region, obviously you can click on this drop down and select your location, like Mumbai. What is this AP-South 1A? This is the region code. So every region is associated with these region codes. And while you are using API or CLI for executing your command, you have to use these code. Right? These are the code that Amazon understand once you start executing things from your console or through a programming SDK API. Okay. So right now I'll continue with North Virginia region support. I will talk about again sometime afterwards. So from compute you need to select beanstalk. Okay. And obviously, as I suggested yesterday, if you want to be very much particular about whether a service that you are consuming will come under free tier or not, just go to this particular location, aws.amazon.com/free, and it will explain you the details of whatever is there within the free tier. Okay, so there are basically three categories: always free, 12-month free, and trials, which is there only for say 15 or 30 days over any account. Okay, and here you can see 750 is for one instance, and this free thing is going to be there for 12 months, provided you are running only one instance, and that too of T2 micro. So these all things will be sharing, but beanstalk, as I said, it is not chargeable. Okay, so Elastic Beanstalk, this is the screen you will be coming across the moment you select that particular option from your all services compute, and then you need to select this Elastic Beanstalk, which is a PaaS service, platform as a service. Okay, so you can now, before coming to this service, you need to have your application ready at your site. Maybe it is written in PHP or whatever the supported environment Amazon shares. Like your application either should be in these different programming language. Okay. So that application you need to zip and upload it to this particular service. Now for the demonstration purpose, what we can do, Amazon gives us a lot of free stuff so that we can start easily and get into the details later on. Correct. So here also what we will do, we will go and take one sample application from Amazon and then continue with our setup. Okay. So click on create application here. And this page will open, right? I think you all must be having, this hands-on setup document. So you can later on, if you want to do it, you can go and follow that, use that document to, create that setup again, this particular setup again. Okay. So it is, you can just follow the highlighted area and then just continue with your deployment. So Beanstalk assumes that you have a working application with you, and for the learning purpose, if you don't have, you can go ahead and use sample application from Amazon. Okay, so give it a name, man. Just give it a name, right? demo instance. Instance are nothing but the virtual machines. So instance is a word used by Amazon, cloud provider. If you go to Microsoft Azure, they just use virtual machines, or even in GCP they use the generic word virtual machines. But for Amazon, it is instance. Okay. Now you have to select the platform on which your application is written. The platform on which. So you can go and use any one of them. These are the supported platform or the environment. Okay. So I'll select VHP as an option, and it will automatically select one particular, option, right? And it will tell you what is going to be good and what all are deprecated. So we can go ahead and use the latest, whatever the latest Amazon is supporting, and any specific version. Okay. So either you can go backward to 301 or 302. So whatever is the recommendation, you can go ahead and do that, follow that. Okay. And application code. Now, if you have your own code, you can select this option and upload your code, right? Your code could be, most of the time it is going to be on our local machine, or if it is there in S3, we can upload it from there as well, right? So if you have any project on your local machine, you just need to zip the root directory or the root folder and choose it from here. Okay. So right now what I will do, I will just go and use a sample application which is provided by Amazon. So just click on sample application, and based on the platform that you have selected, it will select that specific demo application. It's a small application that gets created. Okay. And then just click on this create application button. You are done. So this task service gives a very easy entry point to cloud. No need to know what is there in the cloud. First of all, just start using cloud, and then you can start exploring that how you can take control of different resources, different services. Everything you have to learn later on. Right? Or if you just want to stick with what Elastic Beanstalk does, you can again continue doing that. If the scale of the project is very small, but if the scale of the application is quite huge, it is an enterprise kind of application, it is better if we go and take control of each and everything rather than depending upon Beanstalk. For running blog and all, you can easily go and use Beanstalk. If you are running some kind of content management system, right? You can obviously go and use Beanstalk to deploy your application here. It is straightforward and it doesn't take much time. Just click a button. If your application is ready, if your application is tested, at least the unit testing is done and all, you can use Beanstalk to verify how your application is behaving. So while it is going to create, it will start throwing you log. It is going to show you the log, what is happening behind the scene. And there is no magic behind what Beanstalk is doing. Behind the scene, it is again using one service from Amazon, which is known as CloudFormation. Right? What is CloudFormation? It again comes under something that I discussed yesterday, infrastructure as a service. So using CloudFormation, what you can do is you can write a script, and that script is going to create your entire infrastructure. What is the supported language there? You need to understand JSON, JavaScript object notation. So if you know how to write JSON document or JSON script, you can use CloudFormation to create virtual machines, hundreds of virtual machines, tens of load balancer, everything. So this Elastic Beanstalk, which is a PaaS service, uses behind the scene CloudFormation to do all this stuff. Right? So you must see here, you can just follow step by step what exactly it is doing. Okay? And once it is created, it will give us a confirmation. Right? And the virtual machine which this Beanstalk is creating, you can go and verify that virtual machine from the virtual machine dashboard, which is EC2 dashboard. So just for the verification purpose, what we will open this EC2 dashboard. So Beanstalk is a different service, EC2 is a different service. So everything is different. They are not directly linked with each other. Right? So you can see here, my running instance count is displaying as 1. What it means? There is one instance which is created. Who created? Beanstalk. So it is giving us a confirmation that this particular environment was created successfully, and it is waiting. So once it deploys, creates, it does some verification that everything is fine or not. Right? And this overall thing you can see here, it takes around 4 to 5 minutes to complete. Right? So we can come to this screen, and whatever the instance, whatever the virtual machine that Beanstalk is creating, that you can verify from here. Right? So before accessing this, this instance, you have to just wait for this status check to turn green. Okay. So what is this status check? This status check is related to the system status check and instance status check. So these are the two checks which is performed by AWS to ensure that everything is fine. Why system status check? Because we don't have access to the system on which our virtual machines are running. That is under the control of Amazon. So they have to, there is a script which runs to verify that everything is fine with that particular host. And the same verification again happens with your instance. Whatever the instance that Amazon Beanstalk or AWS Beanstalk has created, that again needs to be verified, because there are a number of things that goes into the creation of your virtual machines that we will see, I think, tomorrow, how to create virtual machines. And there will be around 6 to 7 different steps that you have to follow and fill details. Then only you get a virtual machine. But those all things.
Hello, Arvind sir? Hello, Arvind sir?
He left the meeting, I think.
Hello. हेलो हाँ सर हेलो मैं आवाज नहीं आ रही सर हेलो
Yes.
नो वॉइस
Yes.
हेलो
Arvind sir has left the meeting. He is joining.
आवाज नहीं आ रहा
Hello. Yeah, I just had words with the Arvind sir. He's connecting again. Just wait for 2 minutes. Thank you.
Itu kala ba yan?
Hello.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, Arvind sir. No,
Okay,
please
thank you
start.
so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Actually, I lost the net connection and didn't know.
Yeah, that's why it happened.
Okay,
You just have to start screen sharing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
it's there. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, mostly. So, okay, so I was discussing that how to use a Beanstalk service, and in case right now for the demonstration purpose we are using the sample from Amazon, sample application from Amazon, and if you want to do deploy your own application using Beanstalk, you can just zip your application and then upload it to Beanstalk from your local machine. Okay, and you can just go and start using this service.
Your presentation is not visible.
Okay.
It's visible, sir. It's visible.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Yeah, it is giving me the confirmation that you are representing. You are
Yes,
presenting.
sir.
So
Visible.
okay.
Yes, it is visible. Content.
Yeah, thank you so much. So this is how we can start using Beanstalk. And if you want to take further control of whatever is happening behind the scene, obviously you can go and do it, right? So how to do?
No voice, sir. We can't hear you. Arvind, sir. Actually, sir, Arvind sir was facing some network issue. He told to me.
Yes,
He will
ma'am.
be joining that. Yeah.
I called him.
Now he's trying. He's having some connectivity. Yeah. That's some problems happening. Sorry for the inconvenience to all the participants.
this configuration button and do the settings. Okay, whatever may be our requirement. And to stick within the free tier, we have to just select minimum 1 and max 3. It will never go and reach that level, but yeah, obviously you can go ahead with this selection. Right, just a second. Go and reach that.
Hello? Hello?
I think I'm audible, so I'll continue with this demonstration. So here you can decide how many virtual machines, minimum number of virtual machines you want, and what should be the maximum limit of your instance. And then you can go ahead with on-demand instance. And
Hello?
if you want, you can go and change the
Hello?
instance type. But if you want to stay within the free tier, don't change it. Okay. Availability zone, you can decide in which availability zone you want to run your instance. If you select any, then it is going to distribute your instance, which are going to be created. It will be distributed in any one of the availability zone present in your current region. Okay. So other parameter you can just skip and just say confirm. Okay. Time and all you can decide whether it should be UTC or local.
Are you able to hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay. So with this, I mean, whatever the configuration that you want to change, you can change and then just go ahead and say apply. Okay. And this will apply. It will again take some time and then do everything. No need to no need to connect to any specific resource and do any changes. Right. So in this way, you can go and modify this settings, which has gone with your beanstalk. Okay, so this is one service which gives us a very easy entry point. And once you are done, what you can do is once you have done once your work is over, you can go and delete your your application. Right? You can see I am having currently two different. So I want to get rid of this. I will select action and then see. I can see delete the application. Okay, but before that we can also we need to remove the environment. Okay, so you can click on terminate. There is nothing like delete. Select on terminate environment and it will be terminated. It will ask you for the confirmation, and for the confirmation you need to copy paste this instance ID and then it will be deleted. Click on terminate and this environment will get terminated. Okay. And once the environment is terminated, you can go and delete your application. Okay. So this is the way you can clean your usage, because many of you will be going and using these services just for the learning purpose, and it's of no use if you just keep these set up within your account. Unnecessarily, it will incur you some kind of bill, right? So once you're done with the learning, once you're done with the demonstration, go and delete your setup. And if you want to keep it, be aware that what kind of bill you may incur because of the services that got created from Beanstalk. Right? So this was a demonstration related to Elastic Beanstalk. We will go and we'll start with the next topic for today. Okay. Once the environment is deleted, you can go and delete the application. Fine. So it will take some time because it took almost 5 minutes to create your environment. It will again take 2 minutes to delete your environment. And once the environment is deleted, it will go and delete the application as well. Okay. So this you will see, it is going to be terminated. So this is the state of the instance which is, deleted. Fine. So this instance is now gone. We cannot recover this instance. Nice. So this was about elastic load balancer. We'll go ahead with our, second topic. Fine. So this discussion is going to be the second topic that we are going to select is related to security, identity, and management. Fine. So how as a user, as a root user, or maybe the HOD of the department or the organization, how you can control different accounts. Right? Not every student can go and create his own account. Obviously, they can. But if you want to ensure that you take control of everything, for that we need to understand how IAM or Identity Access Management works. Okay, so let's go and explore this particular service. So where we can locate IAM? This is present within security, identity, and compliance. Okay, one of the most important service, because there are certain resources in this service that is going to implement restrictions, permissions. You can go and create a policy and then say that okay, this particular user should not be using say EC2. You can go and do that. Fine. So we will go and see how we can create user. Which user? IAM user. The second option that we get in our login window. Okay. So if there is any drop in my voice, you can just ping me in the chat window. I'll just go and verify if
it's going on perfectly, sir.
Okay, great. So on this IAM dashboard, what we can do, we can go and create users. We can create groups. We can create roles. Now, what is roles? Now, when two different services interact, we need a role in between to start that communication. So it provides that link, and this role contains permission. So if I want to read something from say S3 is again a different service. Why we use S3? To dump any kind of static data. What is static data? Any kind of image file. Doesn't matter what is what's the format is. Any kind of media file, movies, images, log files, document. These all we can go and keep in S3. Take example of Netflix again. So whatever the videos that we view from Netflix or say from Prime Video, these all movies and videos are stored on S3, right? And Netflix has written a good application which is deployed on EC2, and from this EC2, it accesses this media file from S3. Now, how it is possible? Because these are two different independent services. To make this access possible, we have to create role, and with role we attach a policy, and that policy is going to contain permission. Alright. So these are things that we will go and create and verify. So to do this demonstration, we will get into the discussion theoretical concept later on. But whatever I am discussing here right now, that should be good enough to give you a starting point. So we will go and create user, and to this user we will not assign any permission. So you can follow the later on also you can follow the document, the hands-on document that I have shared to create these users and groups. Okay. Otherwise we can just continue parallelly and do it right now. To verify this user, what we will do? We will use two different browsers. Otherwise, if you are if you try to log in from your that particular browser where you have opened your where you are accessing your root account, then because of this session you won't be able to log in as an IAM user. So what we need to do, we need to just ensure that we open a new browser. If you don't have second browser, what you can do, you have to log out of your root account and then log in as an IAM user. So to save time, I will go into the different browser for like this. So to create user, just go to user dashboard. Now you are ready to create this user. Click on this button, add user. Give this user a name. Right, I'll just give it a name, user 1. Okay. So if you want to add multiple users, just click on this and add those users here. Right. If you want to create 30 users, you can go and add all of them together. Right. So I'm just going to create 2 users. Most important point you need to remember, I was doesn't charge us anything for creating user and group and policies permissions. These are not chargeable. So you shouldn't be worrying about what would be the cost of. There is no cost of creating user or group or creating a policy or using a particular policy for your user, right? So you can specify the number of users that you want to create. You can use their you can use their email ID, or if you want to use specific name, you can go and do that. Number two, you have to decide what kind of access you want to give to this user. See, as a root account user, you can go and use the console the way we are accessing the console right now and consume or create different services and resources. As a root account user, you can go and run command from command line. And as a root account user, you can even use any programming language to create any services. So as a root account user, you become an admin user, so you can do anything you want. But you should remember that what you are doing, whether it is going to cost you some money or not. But when you go and create user for your team, there you can go and decide whether that user should be having console access or not. Whether that user should be having CLI and API access. So you can decide about what kind of access that to give that user. Right. So for our demonstration purpose, what we will do, we will select this programmatic access. Using this, what will happen? This user will be able to run command through CLI, as well as that particular user can use any Python code to access Amazon Cloud Services. So whatever the second option, it will give that user console access as well. So if you select both these options, then your IAM user will also be able to access cloud services using all the three options that were available to the root account user. Provided you give these users those permissions. If these users don't have any permission, they won't be able to do anything. Obviously, this user will need some kind of login password. So you can just continue with this auto-generated password, and if you want to assign some password, you can go and assign some personal password as well. Okay, and the last option says require password reset. So if you select this option, whenever your IAM user goes and accesses his or her account, it will ask them to change the password. Right? So most of the time I will just skip this option and click on permission. Now this user needs some permission. Without any permission, this user will not be able to do anything in his account. For the demonstration purpose, I will not attach any permission to this user. We'll do it later on. Okay. So we need to verify. I just want to verify that this user has absolutely no permission. If I as a root account, if I am not providing this user any kind of permission, right? Tags. You can just provide some tag. Tag helps in finding. It basically helps in searching that which user is attached to which department or which project. So I can say here project, and I will specify a project name. Right? I will say something like this. So this is the name of the project. So this user is going to be attached with this particular tag. So if you are having say 20 users, 10 of them working in say project 1, the other one is the remaining 10 working in say project 2. From the search window, you can just use this tag to find out how many users or how many members are working with on a particular project. So in this way, you can specify 50 tags to do some type of categorization. Right? Click on review. You will come to the review page, and it will give you a warning saying that this user has absolutely no permission. Basically, this user is not going to perform any kind of, will not be able to perform any kind of action in this account. But since we want to verify this, we will go ahead and create this user. So it is going to create these two users, and On the next page, it is going to ask me to download the information related to this user. Okay, so what information? User, access key ID, secret access key, password, and if you have some email client installed on your machine, local machine like Thunderbird and all, or any such client, you can use that to send the mail directly. Okay. Or you can just, and this is again very important, this download.csv is going to be visible only once. The moment you click on this close button, this download CSV button, you can never recover access credentials of these two users. So remember to download this file. Okay. So this file is downloaded. You can see here. I just want to open this one. Okay, so these are the details which is specific to these two users. They will use this information to log into the account. So remember, these access keys and secret access keys are the most important you can say data. If you share this with anyone, then they can do anything in your account. Right. So even after the demonstration, I have to go and delete these keys. So now these users are created. I want to log in as an IAM user. So what I need to do, so you can go and come back and verify here. User 1 and user 2 are created from the dashboard. Now what I will do, I will just go to my others browser and aws.amazon.com. Okay. So now I want to verify this IAM user. So obviously I need to select the second option. What is that? IAM user. Okay. So click on AWS Management Console and you have to select now. Since we have created two IAM users, I will go and verify one of them. So select IAM user, it will ask you for the account ID. Right. So you have to specify an account ID. From where we will get that account ID? From this IAM dashboard. So right now on your screen you will get some number in place of automotive. So what I will do, I will just delete this, and so this is the link that you are going to get. This number, right? This is the account number. But again, since this is not very easy to remember, what we do, we go and give it some name, right? So that was the reason I have given it some name. Okay. Easily readable. And this is the account ID. Now this becomes the alias, right? Previously the digit. This is the account ID, and this is known as the alias. Right. So I need to specify that alias. Or what you can do, you can just select this URL, and in that URL, this account ID or the alias is selected. Okay. The starting here is A. Right. I think there it was O. Okay, now it is asking me for the user ID and password, username and password. So username, what is the username? Username is user1. So use user1. And password, again it is there in that same file. Copy this and paste it there. Okay. Now we are logging in as a IAM user, and this IAM user has absolutely no permission to do anything in his account. to verify whether this user is a root user or IAM user, just look at here. After this, bell icon, user one at the rate of account ID or account alias. And with your root account, you always get the username that you have specified for your in page number one of your account creation. Right? Other thing that we need to remember is this IAM is a global service. Now, services are also categorized into two major categories: global and regional. So, Amazon doesn't disclose where exactly these user group and roles are stored in cloud. So, this is one global service. There will be a couple of more. We'll just talk about them. The third category is Gov Cloud or the government cloud. Where Amazon, specifically in US, they are running some Gov Cloud or government cloud, and that particular cloud is dedicated for government use. But obviously, we don't have any kind of access. But we should know that that is also one particular category of Amazon. So either based on the service, this will change to global. If you click this option, others will be grayed out. You can't select any one of these options. Right? And this is again now a concern for Amazon and many such cloud providers, because last year government have issued a notice to all these cloud providers to disclose the location of the users who are from India. I think Amazon must have done something behind the scenes to ensure that, to confirm the government that your data, your citizen data, Indian citizen data are there in Mumbai, but they don't make it public for security reasons. Okay, so now we are logged in as a user, IAM user. Okay, and you can see the default it has moved to Ohio region. You can, if you want, you can also change it to any other region. There is no such restriction with respect to a region, but as a root user, you can do that. What? You can go and say that, okay, this particular user should be only working in this Virginia region, and none of the other regions should be accessible to him. That you can decide. But let us decide what this user can do. Let us check if we can go and create or deploy some application on Classic Stuff. Right? So click on this application. Why it is taking time? Because this user has no permission, so it is first of all verifying whether this user has any permission to do anything here or not. We go back and check whether this particular user one has any access to EC2. We will get something like this. If you click on instance, virtual machine dashboard. Hopefully I have the net connection. So you can see here what message you are getting. And okay, just confirm from me, somebody just confirm me if I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Is everything fine?
Yes, sir.
Am I able to, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can see we are getting a message saying an error occurred fetching the instance data. Why? Because this user has no permission to do anything. If you go to Elastic Beanstalk also, you will get the same message. See, it is still trying to load the required resources. But after some time, it will also again throw a message saying it doesn't have that permission. So even if I go and try to create a virtual machine, don't worry about the steps. I am just trying to explain what may happen if a user. So you will get this error. An error occurred describing your selected AMI. You are not authorized to perform this operation. Right? So we cannot go beyond this screen. Why? Because this user one has no permission at all to do anything in cloud. Right. So what I will do, I will go and now attach some permission to this user 1 so that at least he start creating the virtual machines. How I can do that? Let's see. So now I am on in my root account. You can see Cloud Tracker is the name of my user. There is some noise coming. Somebody needs to go mute.
Someday you will find data preparation as data prep.
I request Prakasha, you need to mute yourself, please. Prakasha. Yeah, thank you so much. So now I need to attach, permission to user 1 so that this user should start working, right? Start utilizing, or suppose he has assigned to do some work on EC2 or virtual machines. How we can do that unless and until a permission is attached to him? So where we can go and control what a user can do, what services he should be accessing, that we can decide. Right? So now what I am attaching one permission to this user 1. So from where I have to do it? I have to do it from the root account. I am in that user dashboard. I have selected the user 1 profile. And this is something which we should know, that user ARN. What is ARN? Amazon resource name. This is a unique identity associated with this user. So while running, anything associated with this user from CLI or API, we have to refer this ARN. Okay, just the username will not work. But I want to add some permission to this user. How I can do that? You just click on this add permission and click this last option. Select this last option. Attach existing policies directly. If you click on this, we will get a list of different policies, and this count 548 keeps on increasing. What are these? These are policies which are created by Amazon. Again, Amazon doesn't charge us anything for using them. So based on our requirement, we can go and select this policy. We can select. We can at a time we can select one or more than one policy. Right. So just select the checkbox, whatever you want to go ahead with, whatever policy or the permission you want to attach to this user. Or you can create a policy. Now this policy creation again takes some time to understand. You can do it later. But right now, just for the purpose of understanding the permission, the role of a permission, you will go and search for a permission that will help this user want to start working on virtual machines. So we have to search for EC2 full. So you will see that it comes up here, and you just need to select, click on review, and say add permission. And immediately this user will be able to, you can just go and verify what all access he gets out of this permission. So if there is a visual, you get a policy summary. Along with that, once you start using JSON to create your own policy, you will be able to understand these documents. Right. So ultimately, professionals, they start using these JSON documents to create permissions and attach it to entities like user, roles, or group. So we can obviously create policy, but right now we will focus on using the policy provided by Amazon to verify our setup. Now this user has now this permission of accessing EC2. How we can verify? Just come to this page and just refresh this screen. You will immediately see that he can see the instance that I deleted in my root account. Right. I am in where I am right now. I am IAM user. I am on IAM user account. Now, if you go and start creating virtual machine, it will not throw you any error. It will just ask you to just go continue your step and just go ahead. Right. Now here also I don't have permission to attach role, but for creating an instance, not every time I will need a role to be attached, but yes, it is giving us a warning. If you see, it goes and straight away creates. It is not stopping me from creating this instance. I say launch and all. I'll show you this again tomorrow. Just for the sake of our understanding that as long as your users have not the permission to access any service, they will never be able to do anything with that service. Okay. So now what I have done, I have attached the permission to this user one, using which this user can now go and create virtual machine. Now if you come and try to, from this user, if you want to access S3, which is again a different service, you will see that again this user one has no permission on S3. Why? Because I have not attached any such permission to this user explicitly, using which this user one will be able to access S3. S3 is what is the full form? Simple storage service, where we can dump any static data, static files. You can see here access generic message we are getting. So what we will do now, for our understanding, from root account, we will go and create a group. Come to the group dashboard, create a group. Okay, so I will create a group with this name, and I will attach this. I will not attach any permission right now. Okay, I'll do it later. Let's first create a group. We can obviously do it right now, but we will do it later. And you will see that this group does not contain any user. So you can add these users, the user that we have created to this group. So click on add user, you will come to this page. I want to add user 1 to the group that I have created. What is the name of that group? Trinity. Add user. But this group, so see, I told you that we can attach permission at the group level as well as at the user level. We have seen how to attach permission at the user level. Now we will see how we can attach the same permission at the group level. Right? So you just, now this is not going to have any impact on the accessibility of this user, because right till now it's still having access to only EC2. Okay, so what we will do? Attach one policy. So attach policy again search for S3. So we are getting this S3 full access policy from Amazon. Okay, which are again free. These policies we can use as it is because these policies are read-only. We cannot change these policies. But if you want to change, use this policy as a baseline, obviously you can copy the JSON document and then do your changes and then save this policy with a different name. So let's attach this policy. So you can see here this policy is now attached with this user. This is the user 1. And if you now come back again to this user 1, you will see two different policies attached with this user. Okay, one policy which is added directly to the user, the other one which is coming from the group. Right. So you can see here clearly directly attached and attached from group.
Okay.
So now this user 1, since we have attached this full access permission to user 1, he can now access this particular service. Okay. Now this user will be able to see all the buckets which was created by the root account holder, and he can also go and create his own account. Okay, here's this bucket. Now bucket is master message that we will discuss later. Yeah, ma'am.
Please share the screen.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we go and create users and group, and for all common purpose we create group and then attach specific policies to everyone. Okay. So this is the way we will be creating users and group. Rows, I will demonstrate this, how we go and use these rows maybe tomorrow. because to understand this we need understanding on at least two of the services like TCOER and you will understand and then we'll see how this role works. Coming back to policy, you can go and create your own policy. Like you can click on this create policy and then go ahead. This particular policy dashboard is going to list you the entire policies which is shared by Amazon. If you want to create your own, you can go and select create. But obviously, you will need some kind of skill to understand how we have to write these policies. So there is a visual editor, and obviously there is a document where you can go and write if you have good understanding on writing this. And normally we use an editor like Visual Source Code or Sublime Text to write this JSON document and then paste it here. And Visual Editor also helps. You can use this Visual Editor to create your own service. You have to decide for which service you want to create a policy. So suppose if you want to create a policy with respect to EC2, select EC2. Okay. So you will select a service and then you have to decide. So if you want full access kind of permission that Amazon gives us by default, you just need to select all EC2 actions. Okay. And it will give you all the permissions. So here we just want to make recall that when you say full access, in all you get 114 plus 80 plus 2 plus 260 different kinds of permission. So these are very granular. You can say that okay, this person should be able to only view the virtual machines, and beyond that he should not be able to do anything. That also you can decide and do. You can see here there is a very very fine-grained control that you can attach to your policy. Right? And this is required once you know that okay, a particular user is going to be executing this kind of activities, you will not give them any additional permission. Because if anything additional you assign him, and he start doing work beyond his assigned job, it becomes a problem for account team. Because you're not managing one or two users. In a company, there might be hundreds of users. If you're doing the same thing in your college, again, there will be a lot of students. So, I think you should attach proper permission to every user and they will have. And whatever is assigned to him, beyond that, he won't be able to connect it. So, rather than going and telling the user, okay, you should not be doing this or that, you just go and create a policy, attach the policy to him, and let him do his work. Okay? So it obviously helps you to control what the user should be doing, what IAM user should be doing. And if any condition you want to specify, you can also specify it. And then go ahead, right? You can say MFA required. MFA is like multi-factor authentication. What is the best example? OTP. For any transactions, you will see that we are getting a OTP on our mobile and the OTP must be valid for any. Not more than 1 or 2 minutes or maybe for 30 seconds hardly. So using what is that entire process? It comes under multi-factor authentication. So you have logged into your own bank account for the transaction purpose, it again verifies. That is the second verification. That it is actually you who is trying to do some transaction. Right? So for this user also you can specify MFA and then the user whenever he goes and logs into his account, he will be asked to authenticate himself. MFA can be a hardware device, it could be a virtual device. Virtual device, example, Google Authenticator. We can go and install Google Authenticator on our device and then ensure that the user uses the code which comes from Google Authenticator to log into his account. MFA adds additional layer of security to a particular account. Okay, so this is all about how you can go and create a IAM user group. You can go and obviously create role, and to that role you can attach policy. Everything I will show you the other day. But yeah, and in account settings you can go and decide about you can set the password policy and ensure that what kind of policy password policy you will be having. What should be the strength? How strong the password should be. These all you can decide from this account settings. This are not required at this point of time. Identity provider is again a very large concept where a particular company, rather than maintaining the user profile, they go and use some trusted entity. Most common example, many times you must have seen that for if you install certain app on your mobile, it will ask you for authenticating or login using Google or say Facebook or sometimes even Instagram. And the moment you select that option, it will take some time and give you the access. So what is happening? Basically, the application that you have installed, that application creator, they trust Google for verifying your account. Right? So if you have an account with Google, then obviously you will be able to log in immediately, otherwise it will throw you an error. Right? In the organization also, when a new member joins the team, obviously the team leader or whoever is maintaining that account, he can go and create a user account for the new member, or what we can do otherwise, if normally what happens in the company and all, the user profile are maintained in ADFS, Active Directory File Server. So using this identity provider, rather than creating every user, we will directly use the identity which is stored at the company server to provide access to a new user. Couple of ways. There are different ways of that is done with the help of identity provider. Okay. So this was something that I wanted to talk about. IAM. One more demonstration.
So before that, now I think we can have some questions if people want to ask. Because now 20 minutes are left with us. I think that will be enough.
Yes, I can take up the question now. We can start.
Yeah. And the last 5 minutes we can summarize the things what points we have done. So we will be able to. Yeah, people can ask the questions if you have any query.
So I think in the chat, Nisha is typing. Please repeat these steps. See, these steps are there in the document, so you can follow the document that Madam has shared, and you should be able to create, the users and group, and you will be able to attach policies the way I have demonstrated right now.
And add on to that, we will be sharing today's video also with all.
Okay.
So they can also.
Yeah. And Shyam is asking about how to create service in AWS. See, Beanstalk is one service that we created. EC2 is again an example of EC2 service. So every day we will go and create one service or the other. See, if you're talking about Hadoop as a service, for Hadoop there is a different service which is known as EMR, Elastic MapReduce. Right? From Elastic MapReduce you can go and use different big data platform to create your cluster. But obviously that is beyond the scope of our discussion. We can obviously take it offline. See, bucketing. I will talk about buckets when we go ahead with our discussion of S3, simple storage service. There I will talk about bucket. We haven't discussed that bucket again until now. Okay, the Paul is asking what is the purpose of creating user. Okay, see, Paul, why we need users? See, working alone, you are one man army. It's fine. You can go and do anything in the project. But when you think, think about a project in a even a small or big organization, not impossible for one person to do everything. No, and it is impossible for all to have maintain root account. Okay, so in a team, what we do, we go and we try to maintain only one root account. And in the context of from that particular root account, we go and create account for all the team members who will be working in that project. Because it is not only about consuming the service; it is also about the billing part, where the money is going. So if everybody is working within their root account, it becomes difficult for anybody to manage this account. So number one is obviously the management in terms of billing. Number two, management in terms of, as I told you, if 5 members are working, obviously all of them will be doing different kinds of work. They might be needing access to different services. So as a root account user, I will decide that, okay, this user should be having access to EC2, the other user should be having access to S3, the other third user should be having access to RDS. And what level of access those users should be having, that I will provide by creating some specific policy with respect to a user. And that policy is going to ensure that particular user is not going beyond his assigned task. See, somebody is saying that they're trying to terminate the environment. Yeah, Kumar MS, it's not clear, right? Okay. Can't do anything about YouTube. Yeah, Roshni, I'm trying to terminate the environment, but it is not terminating. See, first of all, you need to check I'll show you on my screen. Beanstalk, yeah. Let me refresh this page and so I am in my environment and this environment is showing as unknown, so I can just click on this. See, application I have not deleted, so let me first delete my this environment. Okay, so first of all I need to delete the application because the application is deployed on the top of your environment, so application should go first. Delete application, write the name of the application. Be aware of case sensitivity. So once your application goes, so now that application is it's deleted, you can go and terminate your. It may take some time, so wait for some time, and then you should be able to delete this environment. Okay. So ideally, you should go and delete your this application first, and then delete your environment. Okay. After that, what was the question? Separate room. Sort of. Okay. Virtual MAC address is part of the CTP request. Okay, this is something related to how the networking things will work. Right. In cloud, for any kind of communication, there is MAC address doesn't come into a picture. There is a concept of elastic network interface, ENI. Right? That ENI is used for any kind of communication. It is not about MAC address. MAC address we don't have access in any way. Okay. Meenakshi, we can have a cloud in lab by using PC. Yeah. See, we can make a cloud in lab by using PC. You can make, but the kind of investment that will go, again, you have to think of that. You can obviously have 10 different physical machines in your setup, but you have to take help of Amazon, right? What is the service? Outpost. You have to go and verify what would the cost of outpost or running certain number of setup within your own organization. So you can go and you can go and create a private cloud, but again that will need some kind of investment. Again, as yesterday I gave you example of Nutanix. They have also certain devices. So the outpost now you need to install locally on your department, and then you have to go over with the configuration. But it will be a private cloud. It won't be a public cloud. See, I think Amol is asking about for data storage in S3, how long data will be stored, and will I need to data storage in S3? Yes. What? Okay. I think Amol is asking about how long you can keep your data in S3. As long as you want to keep your data in S3, obviously you can. But if you ask me about the free tier, 5 GB is the limit, and after that you have to pay. We'll discuss this S3. I think. Definitely tomorrow. Okay. Nisha, you're talking about which user? IAM user or root user? I didn't understand that. So if you're not able to log into your IAM user, definitely you're not copying the use the password properly. That could be the only problem. Otherwise, and along with that, you have to enter the account ID or the alias. But if you click on the link or copy the link directly from the download.csv file, then that alias or the account ID will auto-populate. You just need to enter the username and then enter that particular username password. Don't enter your root account password for your IAM user because both are two different accounts. Though they are linked, but obviously. What is the maximum limit of IAM user for enterprise account? See, for enterprise account, there is, I need to check, but that account, there is, the account is quite good. So you can go and create any number of users. It doesn't matter whether you are running having an enterprise account or a free tier account. These users are not chargeable. Right? So you can obviously go and create as many users you want. There is no such limit as far as I know. What can be a simple assignment for our students? Maybe on the last day I will again share you some of the assignments that you can go for. Yeah, for this you can obviously ask your student. Obviously for IAM you can't go and ask them to do anything because for that they will need the root account access. Once I go and discuss about S3 and EC2, and then I will be able to explain you. For S3, definitely we can go and host a website, static website there. So that can be an assignment. Somebody is asking, okay. Takavani is asking, is it can affect cloud computing? No, not at all. Unless and until, see, Amazon, if you talk about cloud computing, there is a concept of, shared security responsibility model. And as per that, Amazon says that the infrastructure is our responsibility. We will try our best to ensure that in whatever region you are working, they are always up and running. But in case if there is some kind of, destruction in that particular region, that is beyond Amazon control. Suppose there is a war and a particular availability zone gets destroyed, there Amazon cannot do anything, right? If there is a earthquake kind of, natural disaster, it's beyond control of any organization or human being. Right? So region and all, it has absolutely no impact. And for accessing cloud, you only need a decent network connection and a laptop. That's it. And you can control anything in cloud. Right? If your project is running in cloud and you are in charge of the infrastructure, you can sit anywhere with a net connection and take control of your work. Okay, Sandeep. Asking, how do we create a cloud in an cloud in a IAM network? See, network is something that we haven't discussed. What is the concept of network in cloud? I haven't discussed. So, if we talk about network, then obviously we can create network in a particular region, right? And that network is also known by the word VPC or the virtual private cloud. And in these virtual private cloud, you will go and create subnets. And within these subnets, we go and create our virtual machines. But creating a cloud in IAM network, no, we can create virtual private cloud. Obviously, if you want me to say the cloud in the context of network is virtual private cloud or the VPC. And obviously, if your IAM user, if he has the permission to create a network, he will be able to do that. See, if you are asking about in based on which services we can use. From EC2, obviously you can use containers, ECS. But for deploying an application, you either need an EC2 instance or you will need ECS containers, right? Beyond that, you cannot go and deploy your application anywhere else. So either containers or a virtual machine, right? And once you start using EC2, then you can go and add any additional service or resources to your infrastructure, that was created with the help of Beanstalk service. Okay. Roshni, I didn't return with the environment operation, but it gives so that this action can't be under. Okay. Roshni, no problem. You can restore your environment and then try to delete again. Don't worry, it is not going to add up to your billing. Saurabh is asking, is there any difference in experience as far as selected region for root user is concerned? Saurabh, if you're asking me whether a particular region is different from the other, at times obviously it is, because not all services you can find. See, not every service is there in across the different 24 region. Correct? But obviously, it all depends upon the business model, whether a particular region needs a particular service or not. Right? So based on the requirement, because every region in the world, they have a very specific set of requirements. So if there is any new service, obviously those will not be available across the region, but yeah, it will become available as the demand grows. But any new service, as I told you at the beginning, any new service will definitely be there in North Virginia and Ohio, or possibly in all the different regions across the United States of America. So, if you want to explore any service, I always suggest go and use North Virginia. And the cost of service also vary from region to region because of taxing and all. So obviously, in my understanding, North Virginia is one of the cost-wise it is the cheapest region. Avinash is again asking, so generally when is downtime for AWS? Whenever there is going to be any downtime, it will be planned and it will be notified to the customer at least 2 weeks in advance or 1 month in advance. And if you ask me about the date and time, normally any kind of downtime happens Saturday nights, but it happens rarely, and that announcement will be done. Okay? As an account user, from where you will come to know, you just need to keep an eye on this bell icon. So here you will get a red bell, which will indicate that there is some notification from Amazon. So you can just select open issues, or you can just try to find out what are the schedule changes that is going to happen within the region in which you are working right now. And any other notification you will come to know from here. Okay? So using this, alerts, Amazon, reaches us and they inform us if there is going to be any kind of scheduled downtime or any kind of even if there is some kind of accidental issues, those will be notified from there. Okay. Sandeep is asking. Sandeep, I didn't get your question. You have just written LAN. I didn't get. You can unmute and you can explain your question. Tushar Kade is asking, if I am in Asia, can I choose the region outside Asia to create? Obviously, the demonstration that I was doing for that, I created this EC2 instance in North Virginia, right? If you noticed. So it is up to you, wherever you want to create your instance, it is your choice. Right? You can see here, I am working in this North Virginia region, you can see here. And here I am having one instance running. So it is your choice where you want to run your virtual machines. Okay, so that freedom is with us. You can see here this one instance is running in North Virginia. It is not in Mumbai. But obviously you can select Mumbai. It's your choice, right? Because if you understand, it all depends upon your users. The application that you want to deploy on EC2. Who are going to be the customer or the users of your application? And obviously, if you are targeting that application for the Indian customer, you need to select Mumbai to deploy your application, because latency is also something that you need to think about. If you go and deploy your application, say in North Virginia, obviously it will add up to some latency, and to bring that latency down, again you have to go and use a different Amazon service, which is known as CloudFront, which might again increase your cost. So you need to understand who are the target audience for your application, and based on that you have to decide which region I should be selecting for my EC2 instance. Okay. Tushar, how much charge per tenant? See, Takavali, if you're asking how much charge per tenant, if you want to refer to the IAM user, there is no charge for that. But whatever the resources or services that user is going to consume, if it comes under some kind of charges, they have to pay definitely. But as long as your root account is within the free tier, those IAM user will also get that benefit. If you want to talk, if you are referring this client for EC2, then the same concept. If you are using E2 Micro and if your account is within the free tier, then obviously you don't need to pay anything for the next 12 months. But after the next 12 months, if you even if you are not running a single service in Amazon, you have to pay some GST. Right? It comes, and the cost is definitely very less, but you have to pay something. Even if you are not consuming any service from Amazon account and your free tier is over. So after Saurabh is asking, is there any difference in experience as far as selected reason for root user is concerned? Difference in experience. See, if you for this particular question, I will tell you that just recall what I said. That services are categorized into regional and global service. IAM is a global service. It comes under global service. So it doesn't disclose, Amazon doesn't disclose where your root account details are kept or where they are keeping the details of your IAM user. So in global, everything is, we cannot go and find out where exactly the root user credentials are stored or where they are keeping information related to the IAM user. Okay? And if, obviously, after that, if those IAM users, this is for Saurabh again, if those users start working in some other region, then everything will be, as, it will be like, the root user decides to go and access some other region and all. That experience will be common for both IAM and root users. But as a root user, obviously, you can control that where this IAM user should be deploying or creating the virtual machine. So if you say, if you go and create a policy and assign a permission which allows your user one, in my case, to access or create virtual machines only in Mumbai, that you can definitely do. So if IAM, Avyant is asking if IAM user is deleted, if IAM user has deleted his credentials, then how can we ensure to get it? See, if IAM user has done, if he has accidentally deleted his credentials, as a root account user, you have to maintain track of all these IAM users, and you have to go and share the credentials again with him, or you can go and reset the login credentials. Normally, what happens when you forget your password? It will ask you for your account verification, and then it will send you some kind of URL in your other account or on your mobile. And once you have done the verification, you will be able to create your IAM user will be able to create the login credentials.
Relation, sir.
Yeah.
How to acquire the academic access for the administrative services for teaching. Yesterday,
yeah, correct. So for that, there is I have shared one link with Geetika ma'am, and I had requested her, and I will request her to share it with with that in this group. So there is a concept of AWS Educate, and using this platform, a particular institute can go and create an account at the at the organization level, and if you go and access your account through AWS Educate, obviously you get a couple of benefits. Okay? Again, there are many things in this section and all. I will try to share you some a video on that. But I have already shared one particular link with the command. I actually share that with you all.
Okay. So it's not an individual
Yes, sir.
account, it's an institute account, right, sir?
In AWS Educate, you can go and create account at the institute level.
So we can't convert a present account yesterday what we have opened there for that purpose, right?
I don't know about that because I don't have the permission to create an account in Educate because being a working professional, I am having a different kind of account. So I am restricted from creating any account there because for that I need institute certain details about the institute which I don't have. But as a faculty or a actually of the department, you can obviously go and do that.
Okay.
The now is again asking the relation between zone and region. See, region. See, as I told you yesterday, Amazon, the broader classification of their availability zone is region, and within this region we will be having zone or availability zone. So it is like your house, right? You have, so you might be having a 4 BHK home, but within that 4 BHK you are having obviously 4 different rooms along with hall and your washrooms and all. So if you talk about those rooms are like your availability zones. But in case of Amazon, these availability zones are physically separate from each other. Not like, in our room where walls are shared. So zone is, region is you can say, within a region, Bombay is one particular region. In this particular region, Amazon is running 3 different availability zones which are physically separate from each other, minimum by distance of 1 kilometer. And within this availability zone, they are having one or more than one data center. That is the relation between region, zones, and data center in Amazon Cloud, at least. Sneha is asking what are the charges after 12 months free trial. For that you have to just go and I'll talk about those, some of the pricing that will be associated with your services. For that you need to go and use the monthly calculator tool. And right now, if you want to understand what is the costing and all will be there, you can also go and explore that your AWS.com/free. You will come to know whatever is going to be there, within that free option, within that free tier. Sandeep is asking how to create a private cloud in a LAN network. This was my question. See, to create a private cloud in LAN network is not that straightforward. You will need a different number of hours to have that discussion. I gave you a clue that you can go and try to understand how Outpost is used. Outpost is a separate service where you can convert your local setup or you can go and create your own private cloud. Correct? It is there in your compute category. Okay? AWS Outpost. You can go and explore this. But again, it is going to take a different kind of discussion and all. Sheetal is asking about I have created one application but on EC2 dashboard I am not able to running. It is showing 0. So Sheetal, just check in which region you had created your service. Because if you create a service in say if you have created EC2 in say North Virginia and you accidentally move out to some other, if you accidentally change to some other region, Ohio, there also you can't go and see that instance, your EC2 instance. So the scope of instance is within a region. And if you have created, obviously it has to be visible there. If you have deleted, it might have gone by now. So the moment you click on the button create instance, it becomes visible from your dashboard. I think I have addressed most of the question. If anybody thinks that I haven't answered your query, you can unmute and just put your query. Or maybe we can stop for today. We'll continue again tomorrow. Any questions?
Thank you, audience, sir. Session.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
In today's session, we came to know about how to create the AWS account, how to access management components of IAM, how to create and manage the users, IAM policy, how to set up AWS command line interface on local machine.
So we haven't done that command. I think we will do it tomorrow morning.
Okay, sir.
We spent.
Tomorrow's session.
We will do AWS CLI and S3.
Yes. In tomorrow's session, we will discuss about that simple storage service S3 and command line.
Yes. And along with that, we will do this virtual machine as well.
Yes, virtual machine. Okay.
But I do request that you all go and create an account, because if you don't create an account, then you will be losing interest in whatever we are doing. So you can only do the setup that I am explaining, or you can also refer the document that I have shared. But it will be good if you go do it parallelly, because I am going very slow, and to create the setup successfully for the first time, obviously it increases your interest. So I definitely think that is going to help you. Creating an account with AWS. Yeah, very much. You can continue.
Yeah. Once again, thank you, Abhi sir, for wonderful session. Thank you all the participants for attending the today's session. Okay, after the session, I will share the attendance link on already on mail. I will share the attendance link. Now, after the session, I will share the link so you all can mark your attendance.
Thank you.